Get this poor woman off the plane right now. She's contaminating the air in first class. That's how it started. The captain's voice, all fake authority and real disgust, blasting through the cabin so everyone could hear. Laughter erupted. A couple of folks whipped out their phones, loving every second of someone else's humiliation. And there she was, the woman in the faded gray sweater, just clutching her old backpack, not saying a word, eyes locked straight ahead, not giving anybody the satisfaction of seeing her flinch. The head flight attendant, the type who would iron her, uniformed twice before sunrise, swooped in with a smirk, snatched the woman's ticket, and tore it in half, right in her face. Your place is the terminal, not the sky, she sneered. They hustled her. Down the stairs, out the jetway, the PA droning some soulless apologies for the inconvenience. The situation has been resolved. All that drama over a seat, all that smug laughter. But the joke, as it turns out, was on them. Because a few hours later, in the marble halls of Orion's headquarters, the doors swung open and in walked that same woman. But now, she wasn't dressed for discount air travel. Black tailored suit, hair pulled back, badge gleaming. Lysandra Vale, chairwoman, Vale Aero Holdings. The room just about stopped breathing as the news ticker flashed on the wall behind her. Vale Holdings re-evaluates acquisition of Orion Air. Talk about whiplash. The flight crew who'd tossed her off a plane hadn't just messed up. They'd gone and blown up their own future. But let me back up a sec, because the scene at the airport was something out of a movie. Lysandra, still in that gray sweater and scuffed sneakers, walking away from the jeering crowd on the plane, her backpack bouncing, a businessman yelling, "Better luck next time, sweetheart." She didn't turn, didn't give him a thing. Inside, people kept sneering. Bet she's here to clean the place. And God, they let anyone in here now. Lysandra just got her coffee, handed a little boy his toy plane with a quiet smile, then sat by the window, silent, writing something in a battered notebook, letting the whole circus play out around her. You know what I mean? It's like some people see faded clothes and think they know your story. But Lysandra had learned a long time ago, sitting in busted airports with her mom and dad, that being loud isn't the only way to be heard. Sometimes, the quiet ones are just waiting for the right moment. Her phone buzzed, her assistant. "Claire, they're freaking out at HQ. You good?" Lysandra's answer. "I'm fine. Keep them waiting." She'd set this whole thing up, booked the ticket under a fake name, dressed down on purpose, just to see how Orion Air treated people when they thought nobody important was watching. Well, they'd shown her, all right. The humiliation on that flight had started slow. She stepped into first class, the air thick with expensive cologne and even pricier attitudes. "Lost your way to economy, hun?" One guy jeered. Another woman, jewelry everywhere, grinned. "Oh, let her stay. It's like a charity case field trip." And then Tanya, the head attendant, came over, all fake concern and icy smile, asking if Lysandra was sure her ticket wasn't a mistake. "This is first class. We have standards." Cue the laughter, the phones, the whole show. Lysandra just looked back at her, calm, steady. "I'm sure." Tanya didn't like that answer. A few rows back, someone coughed from laughing too hard. A woman in a red dress leaned over. "Sweetie, this isn't a thrift store. You're embarrassing yourself." Lysandra barely blinked. "Am I?" she said, soft but so direct it shut the woman up cold. But the real showman was the captain, Elliot Crane, who came swaggering down the aisle, sunglasses and attitude, barking, "This isn't a soup kitchen. Get her out of here." Phones up. People cheering like it was some kind of game. But you could tell, the way Lysandra stood, the way she slung that backpack over her shoulder and paused at the door, she wasn't broken. She just said, almost to herself, "Thank you. I've seen enough." And the whole cabin just stilled, like maybe they realized, for a second, they'd made a mistake. The real panic started later, once the video hit the internet. 50 million views by breakfast. Headlines screaming, "Disgusting. Boycott Orion." In the conference room, Gavin Hull, the CEO, was melting down, barking at the PR team to scrub the video, to pay off whoever they had to. Tanya and Elliot, trying to play it cool at the far end of the table, mumbling about following protocol. But a junior staffer piped up, "What if Vale Holdings sent her as a secret shopper?" They laughed it off, but then a memo came in, anonymous evaluation confirmed. Suddenly, nobody was laughing. Meanwhile, Lysandra was in a cab, the city blurring by, her phone buzzing with updates. Claire asked, "You ready for tomorrow?" All Lysandra said was, "Ready." The next day, everyone at Orion Air was in their best suits, waiting for the strategic partner. The moment Lysandra walked in, black vest, no jewelry, no makeup, just pure authority. You could see the blood drain from Tanya and Elliot's faces. Gavin stammered, tried to play nice. But Lysandra just said, "I'm here to see if your airline deserves to exist under our name." Simple. Chilling. Even during breaks, she noticed the invisible folks, the janitor, the staffers nobody talks to, handing the janitor a stray paper, her voice soft. "You missed one." He froze, then thanked her like it meant the world. Back in the boardroom, Tanya tried to butter her up. "We're committed to inclusivity." Lysandra cut her off. "Inclusivity? Is that what you call tearing a ticket in half?" The room went dead silent. After the meeting, she stared out the window, remembering her dad's old words. The sky doesn't judge. Up there, everyone's equal. Back at HQ, chaos. PR disasters, apologies, stock in freefall. Tanya sobbing in a carefully lit video. "I was just doing my job," she cried. But nobody bought it. A few days later, at the press conference, Gavin tried to save face, but Lysandra stepped up, calm and clear, played the security footage. For everyone, Tanya tearing the ticket, Elliot barking orders, the crowd laughing. She looked right at them and said, "An airline that judges its passengers by their clothes doesn't deserve to fly under our name." That was it. Verdict delivered. The headlines exploded, stock collapsed, sponsors bailed. Orion's leadership begged her to reconsider, to forgive, to save their jobs. Lysandra listened. But when she asked, "Did any of you say stop back on that plane?" the silence was deafening. A week later, a quiet press event. Vail Holdings has acquired Orion Air through an anonymous fund. We now own 51%. This isn't about revenge. It's about fixing what's broken. She named new leadership, people who'd been overlooked, the ones who knew what it felt like to be invisible. Gavin, Tanya, and Elliot, gone or demoted. The internet cheered, mostly, but the old guard grumbled about vengeance. Tanya whined that real wealth didn't need to prove a point. Elliot just muttered about respect being earned, not bought. Months passed. The first flight under the new Orion Air took off. Lysandra was there, in economy, her backpack under the seat. The Flight for All program launched, free tickets for those who needed them. The crew? Some new, some faces who'd once been mocked now running the show. Tanya and Elliot, working the beverage cart. Heads down. On that flight, a man in a worn jacket leaned in. "What you did, it means something to people like me." Lysandra nodded. "It's for all of us." As the plane landed, applause broke out. Soft but real, the kind that sticks with you. You've been judged. You've been pushed aside. But you kept going, and maybe now, the world's a little fairer. The sky doesn't judge. It just waits for you to rise. Where are you watching from? Drop your story in the comments. And if you've ever been there, on the outside looking in, hit follow. Because this isn't just my fight. It's ours.